Hey everyone, this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Although I am a licensed clinician, I'm also just a person. I love to be able to be in my real life and speak from that point. And that's where this podcast is coming from. So enjoy.
Searching for truth, looking for answers. There must be a way to another day.
Are we on?
Sure.
Even in the more news. So after they talk about Russia and Ukraine, you guys just caught us at a time where I was just already kind of doing something.
Hey, this is Joe.
Aaliyah, what's up?
Convenient truth.
Convenient truth.
We should say that every time. We never do.
I mean, if you're listening to it, you know what the podcast is. But we just started, and I was like looking through just like news sites, like all the basic bitch ones, you know, like all the basic bitch ones, like NBC, CNN, Fox, like those are the basic ones to me, right? Just to see what's going on, you know, like what's happening out there. And the only thing I see about COVID is about, I guess, something going on in either North Korea, right? Which is the really bad one?
North Korea. Jesus
North Korea
Christ.
is the really crappy. Okay. South Korea. I guess something happened out there or somewhere in Asia. I don't know. They're shutting everything down again, and they can only people can leave their house just every 2 days because of a COVID outbreak, some shit. But that's the only thing. Nothing else.
Everything else switched over to Ukraine.
Nothing. I mean, I'm telling you, I literally went on to just now. You folks can do this at home. Right? Went on to every single basic bitch site, and there's nothing. It's actually just looks like, unfortunately, it's still unfortunate, but unfortunately, it looks like what the news looked like pre-COVID.
Two years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, when I would just pop it up, it would be like war out here. This is happening. Something with the president. Something, you know, like just some like nothing about.
Now the question is, did COVID disappear?
No,
Oh, it's still here.
I guess.
Oh,
It's
weird.
not. It's not. I mean, it is like not in my life at all.
I haven't been in my life for like a year.
Well, it hasn't been in your life for like 2 years. The only reason why it was in your life was because we were made to like sit at home and do nothing during that first year. But yeah, I don't even. It doesn't exist. I don't know. For me, I don't know. I'm living my life.
I mean, for me, this is
Feels
a great opportunity to present to people that, like, clearly there is a narrative, right? That don't ask me who it comes from or whatever, you know, the higher ups that own the media companies or whatever. But they're clearly, like, if it's not, like, you probably don't even hear any of your friends talking about COVID anymore either. And you know why? Because they're not seeing it on the news every fucking day.
Well, I will tell you, I heard about COVID twice in, let's say, just even like the past 2 weeks.
Hanging around with friends and stuff? Like
No,
just
not at all. One was because my dad, literally, Milton, just texted me this morning, texted the group family thing with the title of, he sent COVID-19 pandemic trends in 3 charts.
Why am I not on that group? He knows I'll just delete it.
But it's like, I'm not even, like, that's the first time, of course, Milton. The second time was when my friend last night was telling me just about, again, her side of the family and how, like, her father and all of them are still very much, like, not wanting to leave the house or be around people. And I'm like, and it blows my mind because in my world, like, in my life, I'm like, I forgot that even was, like, a thing.
I know.
I'm seeing who I see. And
It's
it feels
interesting.
good, gosh darn it. It does. It feels good to
Gosh
just
darn
like speak to someone in a cafe and just like go.
I've been shaking hands.
Go and help someone if they need help and not friggin' be like, I'm gonna get sick if I go help them and wear my mask. I'm just living my life.
I've been shaking hands,
Holding doors for
hugging
people.
people, kissing babies.
Holding doors, you know, it's like, what?
Although, for me, it's the exact same thoughts that I had basically my whole life. Even before COVID, I would always think, all right, I'm shaking this guy's hand, so don't touch my mouth for the next hour. And when I get home, wash my hands.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what I think about.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that since I was like a kid, you know? So nothing's changed for me. Nothing's changed.
Yeah, nothing. I guess, like, I'm sure nothing's changed for a lot of people, really. There's many people in the world who honestly were living life just in the way that the CDC had to apparently tell us to live life, you know?
Yeah. Well, they're gonna try blaming all this like inflation on COVID and Russia. So it's probably already happening now. So
But
get ready for
the
that.
inflation was happening before.
Well, yeah, but they blame it on COVID
They blame
because
it on
everybody.
COVID,
But
right.
it's really what the government's actions were to COVID by forcing businesses to shut down and things along that line, right? It wasn't actually COVID that stopped business. But anyways, you know, just get ready for that. Get ready for, humongous inflation in 2022, and Russia will be the scapegoat for that.
Now, let me see now I'm going to just broaden it, right? And go just to the state that we live in, you know, see what's going, because usually the first thing is, bam, COVID, you know?
It's always COVID.
So let's see what happens here. Okay, what do we got? We got sunny and cold, end to the weekend.
Oh, back to the
Okay.
weather now.
American filmmaker killed in the Ukraine. That's sad. 6 separate crashes.
But Ukraine, see, anything like Ukraine is
Ukraine
like
is there.
hot now.
Ukraine.
The reason why they do that is because they want everybody in America to think Russia is bad. So anything bad that happens in the Ukraine, that's going to be blasted in your face
I can't
24/7.
believe there's no COVID on. I can't tell you when I checked this the last time, which at this point was like probably before the Russia thing started, like weeks ago or something like that. What? Like I think so, right? That's when I was seeing stuff about COVID still, but like nothing. There's nothing.
You know how we talk about like teaching kids how to learn, how they learn? We should like start a podcast where we like teach people how to like see through the bullshit to learn how to figure out what is truth and what is not truth.
That's not but that's not your place.
Whose place is it?
I mean, it's not your place to tell somebody else what you think their fucking truth is.
No. Maybe not that. Maybe just see through, like, there's all kinds of bullshit out there, all kinds of lies and whatever. You're right. It's all subjective, but to talk about like, hey, did you see yesterday every single news channel switched over from COVID to now Ukraine? Like that's something like educational for people to understand that just happened. Like, why is it all of a sudden nobody's talking about COVID and now everybody's talking about Ukraine? There's reasons for this, you know, and to like be able to explain to people the reasons and why and who is working together to make you think these ways. That's like, that would be an interesting, I mean, listen, this can be across the board. It doesn't have to be in politics. It can be in health. It can be in what else? Just mental health,
Right.
mindsets. Like it happens across the board on all different levels. The biggest one right now is COVID to Ukraine, right? But the media also does other things to make you. They're trying to. There's the narrative that everybody talks about, the narrative. Once again, I don't know the names of the people, but I do know. See, then we go down this conspiracy hole of like how the Rockefellers bought all the media companies
Right.
in the
It's
early
too much.
1900s.
It's too much.
Yeah. So, but it's the truth. And if you actually like look into it and then you see what's happening today, you realize, oh, like why do they all work together? But Fox pretends to be different from CNN, but they still spew out essentially the same narrative,
Yeah.
but just in a different way. Like they'll be on one side or the other, but both Fox and CNN are talking about Ukraine right now.
Yeah, the same thing.
Right. And just before Fox and and CNN were both talking about COVID, but they were just on opposite sides of what they believe about COVID. But it's still, the main topic is those things, and that's the narrative.
I mean, it's not even talking about vaccinations. Wait, Rhode Island's vaccine rule for health. That's the only one day ago. All right, that's all. There we go. That's it. That's all we got.
Listen, it just went away. It just went away, okay? Which also means to me that maybe it wasn't as crazy as it was built up to be. Maybe they wanted you to feel like it was crazy, because obviously it couldn't have been too crazy, because last week it was crazy and this week it's not, according to the news. If it was actually a health problem, we would all still be fucking concerned and talking about it.
Wouldn't have switched over to something else just because it's something else. We would just add that something else, but then keep focusing on this huge catastrophe.
Well, that's what your dad is doing.
Well, he's old school. That's
And he's a doctor too, so that's all he sees all day long is like, fucking
well,
COVID.
and he's in the
Oh, yeah.
hospital, so he's hearing about it more too. He's in the hospital, blah, 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 stuff like that. So, I didn't dismiss that. I wasn't, my blah, blah, blah wasn't like dismissing that. It was just, like, he's in the hospital, so he's going to hear about it more.
Yeah. Yeah, and
So that's what I noticed.
anyways, yeah. Well, see, this is where like I want to go really deep on all this, but we'll just keep it top level because I guess nobody gives a fuck.
I don't have the mental capacity to go as deep as you're going to go in this moment, nor do I believe I have the capacity to go where you're going to go in any moment. I think for that, you're going to need somebody else, and I just can't be that person for you.
Yeah.
That's where I draw the line.
We kind of ended last.
That's why you want me to do shrooms. That's
Yeah.
why you want me to do shrooms,
Oh my God.
so
What were
I
we
could
talking
be-
about the other night? And I was like, oh man, we could go into super deep depth with this if you were on shrooms.
We were talking about something, right? Oh, I am God. Blah 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 blah. That whole entire night. Yeah. We had that whole entire discussion.
Because we were talking about Alan Watts.
Yes.
Who is an amazing philosopher. Has a lot of quotes out there.
Yeah.
One of them is, I am God.
Right. So we were talking
Do you
about
want to talk about that real quick?
Your tattoo
Well, my tattoo.
that you got with your ex-fiance?
Well, my tattoo says, I am love, right?
Oh, I am love.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. This is so funny. So when I was telling someone who I work with, a patient, about you and your tattoo, I accidentally said,
yes,
I am God you have versus I am love. And then that's what triggered this whole other conversation about just that mindset. Oh my God. Now I gotta.
It's interesting that you just brought that up too, because I was like thinking about this, that I wanted to get some more tattoos, and then I don't even know where it was going, but I was in the gym, so I was like, all right, I am love, and then I also wanted to put you are God, and then we are forever.
I like that actually. As I, you know what's funny too is that as I was telling this person who I work with, as I was telling them about the tattoo, and I was saying, yeah, my husband has I am God on his wrist, it didn't sound right. I kind of in that moment even thought, oh my God, my husband's like serious. Like,
Yeah, that's some Kanye
like,
West shit.
Jeez, like, yeah, like he was like out there. But yeah, okay, now it makes sense.
Well, I thought about this, right? This is what so I do a lot of thinking at the gym and in the shower. So I was at the gym last night, and I'm thinking about, because I was doing something and I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, I should do something else there. Anyways, so I am love. Now this goes back to what we were talking about last podcast, the emotional integrity, but also social integrity.
No,
and-
social awareness, emotional integrity.
Yeah, but we were also talking about social integrity of like understanding.
That's social awareness.
Or whatever. Excuse me. So I'm thinking, okay, if I got I am God on my body, people would be like, that's a narcissist, right?
That's what, right, exactly.
Right.
Typically they would, yeah.
Right.
Typically.
But if I had you are God on my body and somebody was like, oh, so I was reading it as if I was somebody else. I was like, I am love, you are God, and we are forever. So so that way when the person's reading it, he can actually read it all the way through, as opposed to if he was like, I am love, I am God. Oh, this guy's fucking loves
not
himself.
necessarily though. I mean, that would have been probably like that would have been a higher level one if it said I am God. But you are God. I think, you catch a person who still doesn't have that kind of viewpoint, they're still going to be like, what do you mean I'm God?
Right. So then that was in my conversation in my head, that would be the next question that somebody would say. What do you mean? I am God? Well, I am God too. That's what I would say after that.
And then now you're crazy.
But I would say you're God
I don't
as well.
think you are, but I'm just saying, in the eyes of society, I guess, now you're Kanye West.
Well, but I'm saying you're God. And then I'm also saying I'm God. And then I'm also saying that person's God, that person's God.
It doesn't
We're
matter.
all God.
And I'm not saying the majority of society, but I just think that
that's a crazy
I think that there would be many people who can hear that, and rather than just kind of roll with it for a minute, let's roll with that idea.
They can't get past.
Yeah, I think it's hard for people sometimes to kind of just move past certain things based on just their own values, their own beliefs, their own culture. When I hear something like that, for me, I'm just like, let's roll with it. I want to hear where this is to
hear the whole story.
Where's this gonna end up? Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Well, if anybody out there is interested into like a further, more eloquent way of explaining all this, go look up Alan Watts on like YouTube. He's passed away years ago, but he has a lot of audio documentation of all of his lectures and stuff like that. He speaks of a lot, and just type in "I am God, Alan Watts," you'll find it. And basically, so I don't know. I just got really excited about the whole tattoo thing because I thought it like really came into play because. If I am love, that means I am love. Everything about me is love. You are God. That's like giving praise to everybody around me that they're a higher being, just like me. We all are, right?
Well, it's not only giving praise to
and you
everybody
never let
around
me
you.
finish. You never let me finish.
It's also giving people more of like, hey, like you actually have more, I guess,
power than you think.
Really actually think.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And then we are forever, meaning all of that energy, everything that I just talked about, love, God, whatever, it continues on. It's an energy that continues on forever and ever and ever and ever. Through you, through your kids, through your kids' kids, through kids. And it's however you amount of that energy you want to put out is what is going to be passed down. Anyways.
You know what's interesting? I never really got into philosophy so much. I feel like that was a class in college that I think I did like it to a certain degree, but then afterwards just got my brain just kind of tapped out. But now that we're talking about this, and I'm just kind of side Googling Alan Watts more and kind of briefly going through this, I'm like, actually, this is like...
Super
I need to incorporate this into my therapy sessions at times. Actually,
I'm telling you,
for sure.
I'm telling you, and it's a very spiritual, perspective.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But
what's fun? It said so. Hold on. With equal parts conviction that the prevalent sensation of oneself as a separate ego enclosed in a bag of skin is a hallucination which accords neither with Western science nor with the experimental philosophy religions of the East. But I mean, have a conversation about that. Have a conversation about that.
Real quick, I just want to go back. You said a philosophy class in college or whatever.
Philosophy course.
A philosophy course is like an entrepreneurial course. They're fucking stupid. Because to be an entrepreneur, you can't take a course off of somebody that... An entrepreneur is an independent creative mind, is a person that thinks outside the box. So if you create a class, a course for it, you're creating a box for it, right? Same thing with philosophy is philosophy is just thinking about how things could be, how things were, whatever. And it's all perspective based. So to have
Which
a
means
course
that
on it
but,
is
no, but that means that it's the easiest fucking A then.
yeah.
Yes. Which I think is why I also did really well in that class, because it's like there's no grade. Like you can't grade me on my perspective of what the hell I'm breaking down
Exactly.
right now.
So, but they're freaking
Yes.
ripping people off on charging for courses on this shit.
I don't know. I don't think all philosophy courses. I mean, I'm pretty sure like
They're
on a higher
interesting.
level of like, I'm sure you get like a professor that just like is just a
You know why this?
brilliant professor.
You know why
Probably
those
can kill that
courses can
course.
be really cool? Is because it's attracting all the people that want to speak about philosophy or entrepreneurialism into one place, and then you all get to talk about what you all want to talk about anyways.
You know what it is about philosophy is this though, because the way my brain works, like I've never been the person that can take a test and take it, meaning just just read the question, answer, and move on. I'm the person that has to read something several times in order for it to like, I guess, click or make sense to me. And then, because what'll happen is this, is that if I read the question and then now I'm looking at all the A, B, C, D, E or whatever possible answers, I've now forgotten the fucking question. So now I
I'm the
have to
same way.
go back and reread it, and it's like a whole back and forth game. That's always how my head has been, right? So in terms of taking tests, which is why I went to a grad school that didn't require me to take the fucking GRE because I thought that it was stupid. So the thing about philosophy that is that I have to read how they write and what they write 10,000 times for me to really like fully get it. Like this,
Yeah,
like
because he's very especially Alan Watts. He's very
religions
specific.
are divisive and quarrelsome. They are a form of one-upmanship because they depend upon separating the saved from the damned. Now, there's more to this, but I don't understand what he just said. Okay, the true believers from the heretics, the in-group from the out-group, all belief is fervent hope, and thus a cover-up for doubt and uncertainty. No clue. I have no clue what I just read.
Yeah, he's using a lot of big words there, but
Right, and so this is where this is where I guess because I'm like I have no
But
idea.
he also has said very simple things like, when was the last time you remember, what was it? Not, let's see, I always fuck it up when I go to quote someone. When was the last time you remember waking up from never being asleep?
When was the last time you remember waking up from never being asleep? Well, that's one of those. What do they call
It
those?
seems like a very simple thing, but you really got to think into it a few times and read it over, right?
Yeah, it's stuff like that. I have to read it. Yeah.
But if you think about it, right, when was the last time you remember waking up from never being asleep?
Last time I remember waking up. Okay, so when I woke up,
But you were never asleep.
but I was never asleep.
When-
So I can think of that now on a philosophical. So my perspective of that,
Yeah.
and then I'll hear yours, right? Is because obviously, if we go based on what the words are really saying, that can't happen the way the words are actually
oxymoron
saying,
almost.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go farther into it. So for me, I'm thinking about it like a time when I like woke up either mentally or like emotionally or like with like a click in my head of a thought or
Oh,
like
that's a way to
some
think
kind
about
of
it, yeah.
like just like this mind-blowing thing, and I feel like I was able to see more clear. Like I feel like I was able to read things differently, see things differently. Things just popped out to me. That's what I consider to be what he's saying in terms of when's the last time you woke up without ever falling asleep.
So ironically, what you're saying is actually more philosophical and deeper than what Alan Watts actually ends up saying. He says it's from when you were born. And then the opposite of that is, when do you remember going to sleep after never going to sleep? Anyways, it's when you're dead. So when you die, you don't actually like go to sleep. You just go somewhere else or something, right?
I
Same
like
thing.
my perspective better.
Well, yours goes down a different path of being able to talk about all kinds of different
Right.
shit, I guess.
Right, yeah.
This is just kind of like, yeah, wow, that's it. Yeah, when I was born, I was never asleep before I was born, but it's the same, I think it's the same concept though, because you can also have those moments in life too, right? So when you're born, but before you're born, you don't have any thoughts or recollection of ever not being aware.
Yeah. Yep.
And then all of a sudden you are. And same thing in adulthood or whatever, where some new information
this
is.
fucking guy. This fucking guy. No, wait. So
I
understand.
left the door open.
Oh, Joe, I closed
I
the
know.
door.
I figured it would be better if he got scared and came down as opposed to him barking up
Oh
there.
my God. Now we got this 100 freaking 5-10 pound.
And it's like, so our basement is like 2 layers. So he's down on the first one. Now he's about
Here
to
we
come
go.
down the second.
He's going to struggle
stairs,
because
and
he's an old man, and these stairs are pretty high.
yeah.
Poor thing. Everyone here.
Yeah, come on and
Let's go. And listen.
Oh,
Oh,
my
my God.
come on,
Jeez.
just pick your foot
Let's
up.
go. Come on. Come inside. You're Javier. Inside. All right? And now lay down. Don't touch anything.
Yeah, right. Good luck with that.
This guy.
We were just having a great philosophical conversation.
No. Oh, my God, this guy. It's like, if he breaks something.
Of course he's going to.
So I do want to read this one, though, because this one's actually pretty cool. And I actually understand this one. And I like it.
Okay.
So.
Just sit down.
Sit down. Bubbles. Thank you. It says, our normal sensation of self. I can't do anything with him because he makes me laugh or I'm constantly being cautious.
Maybe we need to get like a bed down
A bed
here.
down here.
Because
That's
he doesn't
what
want to
we need
lay on
now.
the floor. The floor
No,
is too
the floor's
cold
too
for him.
cold. He doesn't want to. That's why. Right there.
Yeah.
Good job.
But he's not going to stay there
I
very
know.
long.
Our normal sensation of self is a hoax. Our normal sensation of self is a hoax, or at best, a temporary role that we are playing, or have been conned into playing. With our own tacit consent, just as every hypnotized person is basically willing to be hypnotized. The most strongly enforced of all known taboos is the taboo against knowing who or what you really are behind the mask of your apparently separate, independent, and isolated ego. Love that.
Yeah, that was like in multiple sections. I already forgot what he said at
See
the
what I'm
beginning. Yeah. So this is why the audio version of what, because he actually says it in very funny ways too. And he's got a very very
his accent,
profound.
so like he's from Britain.
Yeah, but it's a very more proper, exact punctuation.
Okay.
And yeah, he's actually pretty funny with it.
This is great, but
yeah, I don't even remember
Let me
what he said
finish
at the
it.
beginning.
And yet he argues the sense of I and the illusion of its separateness from the rest of the universe is so pervasive and so deeply rooted in the infrastructure of our language, our institutions, and our cultural conventions that we find ourselves unable to experience selfhood except as something superficial in the scheme of the universe. I'm into this shit right now.
Yeah, he's very like I don't know if I would say anti, but he's like against like I. You know, it's more of like because he believes that we are all connected in one. But we have this sense of independence and I-ness, but like without you doing what you're doing, everybody else's existence would change slightly.
Right. So
Did you get what I said?
I
Why don't you
did.
play one of his things? Go to YouTube.
However, because I'm potty training, Soul just woke up, and I'm supposed to.
No. She's gonna go back to sleep. It's still early.
I'm supposed to get her right when she wakes up, so she doesn't pee in her big girl sleepy time underwear.
She's fine.
Oh.
She's gonna go back to bed. She always does this.
Yeah, but what if she woke up because she asked to pee or something? I'm gonna mess up the whole thing. She's been doing so
Is
well
it?
all day.
How is it gonna mess it up?
This is what the author was talking about.
Yeah, but if she's already listen. By the way, we haven't even gotten into that. We've been potty training all weekend, and
She's not. Going
she's
back
already
down.
at the point today. Yes, she is. That she's
Nope, not going back.
hasn't had an accident all day and has gone poop twice,
Right. So
peed
why would I
3
want to
times.
mess this up?
What do you think? Because she pees in that? Because
That's
there's
what it says. That's what the lady who wrote the book, Potty Training in 3 Days, by the way, said it specifically. You are to get them before they actually wake up or right when they wake up because you don't want them peeing in the pull-up since it's the same thing as peeing in a diaper because then it gets in their head that they can still pee in a diaper. I mean, it's a whole thing.
I see, yeah. Well, looks like she's going back to bed.
She's awake. She's just hanging out.
So what do you want to do?
Listen, guy, I can't. Listen,
We're just about to get into some, like, listen to
I
Alan
know
Watson shit.
this is great, but like,
Look at her. She's laying down.
she's probably peeing as we speak. I've been potty training, like, you don't understand. Like, I've been doing this hardcore.
Well, what if she does? What does the book say if she does? Then we have to say, no, we're not. You're not supposed to do that. And
Right, but I mean, it's my responsibility to get her. She's not going to get me. She's 2, and she's in a crib. And we can't even hear what she's saying because
Listen.
you require that we turn the fucking sound off. So for all we know, she could be like, "Mama, pee pee," you know, like.
what time does she go to bed?
Like 12:40.
It's only like 2 o'clock.
Maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe she has to go pee.
She went pee 80 times this morning.
I don't know how I'm going to be focused for the rest of this podcast.
Just let it go. Like, she does this all the time.
When we're not potty training.
Yeah, but what do you split? Look, she's still sleepy. So what are you going to go in there, barge in and be like, oh, you
Yeah.
got to go to the bathroom and I'll put you back to bed? No.
Actually, no, but this is, if you actually really listened to what the author was saying and read all the stuff, she talks about this specifically.
I didn't read anything. I audibled it. Which I looked in your book and I realized that there's a bunch of pictures that I missed. That is one
Yeah.
thing that you're missing when you're reading an Audible book.
Lots of pictures. Lots of pictures. All right, well, let's get going because I only have a limited amount of time.
Until when? I mean, it's either now or never. She's gonna, it looks like she's going back to bed.
She's already peed. I fucked this whole thing up.
No, you didn't.
Fuck. Shit.
No, we just make it her aware of it then. That's all. I mean, she peed this morning in the diaper.
Yeah, because I fucked up. and
So
I
you
didn't
already
get in
fucked
there.
up today then. It's already fucked up.
All right, let's just continue. I'm sorry, guys. It's really stressful because you want to do a good job as a parent, you know? You want to make sure that they get it and that they don't have accidents so much when you're outside. Not really for them, for you. You don't want to be the one to have to change the accidents.
Yeah, but then we also thought about like the days of just going out somewhere and not having to like stop doing whatever you're doing to take her to the potty are over now. We drive, Daddy, I got to go to the bathroom, got to pull over somewhere. You can't just be, you know, right now she just pisses right where she's at and we just keep it moving.
It's actually really nice.
I just realized how lucky
too.
we've had it for the past,
Me too.
since she's been born.
Me too. It's like,
you know?
who wants a potty? It's like, why even rush it? Because it's like, now that completely messes up my life.
I think that's what a lot of people think, but then they end up having a kid that's like freaking 5 years old and still can't go to the bathroom, you know, and then it doesn't culturally it's
Not
frowned upon.
acceptable, I guess, yeah. I love that.
look, she's going back to bed. She peed and just went back to bed, just like when people get up in the middle of the night.
Great. All right, let's continue.
All right.
Oh my God, you eat all
right,
of all the stuff.
Can I go to
Where do you want to go?
YouTube? Do You don't have a YouTube app?
No, I go through the internet. Sorry, guys, I'm eating chips.
500 tabs. You can't even open anymore.
500 tabs?
We'll clear the Terminex one. Fucking idiots.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's...
This is crazy, Joe. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get to YouTube.
Dude, I
Why?
mean-
Oh, your thing is opposite. I was waiting for it to pull up on the top.
Yeah, I'm
Why
like,
is your
what
shit
are
on
you
the
doing?
bottom?
Because it changed when I updated my phone.
Oh my. All right, let me try and find that one.
Just gonna pause here for a sec. I don't know what you're trying to find.
I am God.
It's Alan, A-M.
Oh yeah.
But it's right there. I'm
Yeah. Hey, so it's only 3 minutes. We don't even have to listen to the whole thing. Commercial. YouTube commercial.
Oh, you're gonna play a video of like how he's
Yeah,
saying
so
and
you
how
can
he's
hear
explaining
him.
it?
Yeah. Oh, this one has music. I don't like it that it has music.
Me neither. I like the way he talks though.
Yeah.
I love his voice. I know exactly what you were trying to explain.
See what
now.
I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And it just sounds differently.
Yeah, it has it like thing to it, like British thing to it.
And this probably has music too. That's what a lot of the. It's
That transformation of human consciousness through meditation is frustrated. So long as we think of it in terms of something that I myself can bring about by some kind of
I can't with this fucking guy. He needs to go upstairs. He's just like
Ruins.
he's like this fucking
everything.
crackhead that can't
Ruins
stand still. Let's go.
everything. I can't. Like we can never have a podcast. I feel like that's just a smooth sailing.
Come on.
We can't. It's just never gonna happen. Oh my gosh. So, anyway, while we're waiting for Joe, let's see. Hopefully, Euro doesn't come back down and we'll be good to go. Is he upset?
Most chaotic podcast ever.
It's like we're the worst.
It must be so annoying to listen to that.
Well, because they're like their dog always interrupts every fucking.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, we were listening to this really cool philosophical thing, and then the fucking dog's scooting around.
Oh my god.
All right, so, I mean, this is like, we got like 3 minutes here. You want to play the whole thing, or?
3 minutes?
Yeah.
And you're playing this for what again?
Just so we can hear what he has to
Okay.
say, and then maybe we can talk about it
I'll
afterwards.
probably all right. Hopefully, I
Or
remember.
you might fall asleep, probably.
Because you see, that leads to
Or we could
endless
pause it in the
games
middle of it.
spiritual one-upmanship.
What
You
the
need
fuck
to
just
edit.
happened? What the fuck just happened here? What the fuck just
You
happened?
need to edit this whole fucking section. It has been chaos this whole entire time.
Oh, man.
Chaos.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
And of guru competitions. Of my guru is more effective than your guru. My yoga's faster than your yoga. I'm more aware of myself than you are. I'm humbler than you are. I'm sorrier for my sins than you are. I love you more than you love me. This interminable goings on about which people fight and wonder whether they're a little bit more evolved than somebody else and so on. All that can just fall away. And then we get this strange feeling that we have never had, you see, in our lives, except occasionally by accident. Some people get a glimpse that we are no longer this poor little stranger and afraid in a world it never made, but that you are this universe, And you are creating it at every moment. Because you see, it starts now. It didn't begin in the past. There was no past. See, if the universe began in the past, when that happened, it was now. See, but it's still now. And the universe is still beginning now, and it's trailing off like the wake of a ship from now. And that wake of the ship fades out, so does the past. You can look back there to explain things, but the explanation disappears. You'll never find it there. Things are not explained by the past. They're explained by what happens now. That creates the past. And it begins here. That's the birth of responsibility. Because otherwise, you can always look over your shoulder and say, well, I'm the way I am because my mother dropped me. She dropped me because she was neurotic, because her mother dropped her. Now away we go back to Adam and Eve, or to a disappearing monkey or something. We never get at it. But in this way, you're faced with it, you're doing all this. And that's an extraordinary shock. So, cheer up. You can't blame anyone else for the kind of world you're in. And if you know, you see that I, in the sense of the person, the front, the ego, it really doesn't exist, then it won't go to your head too badly if you wake up and discover that you're God.
So in fact,
I love that.
Right. I mean, it's almost getting me like teary. In fact, he's talking about how when he says you're God, it's actually it should be more of a humbling experience, because you're actually saying, I am nothing. I am nothing, but I am God as well as you, and we are all one.
There's so much more, though, that he talks about in there that as he was speaking, I was like, man, this is so relevant for today's society, especially.
Yeah.
Like, as he was like talking about, like, oh, like I'm more this, or I'm more humble than you, or I'm more blah 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 blah. You know, it's like when he was saying that, all I was thinking was like, I'm more woke than you, I'm more this than you, like I'm the one who cares more. You know, it's like all this, like it's like a fight now to see who the fuck could be, like, you know, the most woke or whatever person,
right,
the most, you know, and it's like. So that's what I heard.
But it really leads to nowhere, really.
Right, right. It's like, it's not going to get, yeah. I mean.
Okay, cool. Then, yeah, you do know more.
There was something else he said in there, too, that hit me. Fuck. He said a lot in there, but there was another, it was like right after that part when he was talking about that. It'll hit me, but that's, yeah. That was good. I loved that.
Yeah. Alan Watts, I literally have listened to all of his lectures. I used to like play them in the background. You know how like we have the music that goes on automatically every day? I used to have Alan Watts on every day, all the time.
Jesus.
In my house. Yeah. Did that for about like a year. I was like, I don't know. I was on this like crazy journey of like
what
bettering
else did
myself.
you do? I feel like the more you speak, the more I learn things about you, and the more I'm like, oh, now things like start to make sense, you know? I'm like, okay, shroom several times. All right. Like more than several, check, you know? Had Alan Watts just speaking in the background every day for a year, check, you know?
Well, there was, because there came a point in my life where I was like, you know, they tell you like the people you surround yourself with, blah, 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 that's who you become and whatever. So I was like, well, I don't really have a lot of friends, and I'm not really hanging out with a lot of people. So I guess if I have somebody in my ear, because it's the same thing. If you have a friend that you hang out with every day, right? Mm-hmm. And they're talking about fucking drinking beer and whatever, well, then that's what you know and that's what you do and that's as far as you go. But if you have a quote unquote friend, such as Alan Watts, playing in your house all the fucking time, then you start to understand that, and that's who you become, you know?
So the other part that he said that also hit me was when he said, and we've heard this before, but when he was saying it in the midst of everything else that he was saying, I'll tell you what I thought. But when he said, I don't know how he said it, but you have no one to blame. You're right. Like you can't blame anyone for the.
After you figure out that there is no I, there is nobody else to blame, but
you can't blame anyone like for just anything, like for anything. It's your shit.
Right.
It's all you. And so when I heard that, my head again went to society, and it went to, man, I think in general, right? Because blaming is easier.
Oh yeah,
there's so much blame, especially now. Like there's so much blame
COVID,
right now with everything.
Russia,
like blame. Well,
that's the easy way out. That's the simple.
Right, and it's easier to blame, which is why I think human beings are just almost like programmed. I feel like to do it so quickly and not even realize that they're doing it.
And the word you used, programmed, right? By who? By what? How were we
let's
programmed?
Not blame.
Not blaming, but but you're right. There is a programming type of thing going on.
Well, you're getting somewhere else. I mean, if I'm focused on the not blaming anything, it's like at the end of the day, okay, so I can, I guess, sit here and blame, I don't know, the government or president, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, sure, I guess I could. Or I could just not and just be like, okay, well, I mean, I'm also, like, for example, like in the Ukraine right now, like, unfortunately, with everything going on and the attacks and the war happening right now, like, they're like, like, they're fighting back. They're taking it into their own, right, hands.
Well, they have to. Yeah.
Well, no, they don't really have to. No one has to. There are people that actually just have been fleeing just to basically get somewhere safer. So no one actually has to stay there and fight. People are choosing to fucking stay there and fight. Now they did actually say that I guess the men are not allowed to leave, and that was the thing. But I'm pretty sure if you found a way to get out, you would be able to. But like, there's women who weren't even like the ones that were like, they weren't even told that they had to stay and fight. There's women that are about it as fuck right now that are making a choice to be like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna actually do what I have to do, right? But that's still a choice. They're not sitting there going, oh, blah blah blah. They're just taking it into their own hands and going, this is what needs to be done. Bottom line.
You're right. The blaming thing, like there is I think there's a fine line between, like, I don't blame anymore. Like, I know it may come off as maybe like I blame government for X, Y, and Z.
Well, that's COVID, exactly right? What you
comes off as.
You blame
way.
The Federal Reserve for everything.
I don't blame them. I've already gotten over that. Here's a thing that you did know that I did, but I lived in Minnesota and I ran for state Congress and state Senate, and during that time I was like I was like, we need to do something. These people are fucking us over and blah blah blah. So if I get in there, then I can do something, Right. And that's when I was blaming. Now it's more of because I understood that that's not the way to change the world. The way to change the world is first start with yourself, then slowly spread positive energy into the culture, and then hopefully that spreads out. And I know that sounds crazy and it's long term and whatever, right. But anyways, so I had this new mindset, and once I had this new mindset, then it's like, I think being awareness of what's going on and what's being done to you is not blaming. It's me having conversations with people and letting them know why they think a certain way. And I'm not saying that they should think one way or another. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying anybody...
Like, this is why it's happening, I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, exactly. And anybody that watches the news every single night, I can tell you what you're thinking. When it comes to politics and whatever. You know why? Because I know how how it works. I know how the system works. You end up parroting whatever, and that's the programming that you're talking about. So me bringing this awareness to people is not me blaming the government or whatever. It's me saying, hey, this is happening, and it's happening to you, and you can either choose to continue to let it happen to you, and that's okay, mm-hmm. if you enjoy that, or you could say, hey, I don't want this to happen to me. So what I feel is when I'm having these conversations with people is I'm offering up them a choice, because a lot of people are just in this world and they just think, well, this is how it is and this is how everybody else thinks, so I need to think like this too, and blah, blah, blah. But that's not the truth. You have options. So anyways, it's a slight shift from like not blaming, but bringing awareness of what's happening. And not, because when you blame, it's like so much energy goes into it and you're like, fuck them, and we got to do something about them and blah, blah, blah. And once you get rid of them, then the whole world's going to be great. That's not.
That was like when everybody was blaming Trump for just like, for like everything.
Right. It's the same shit.
And although I do, he is a mastermind, but at the same
listen,
end of the day,
check.
Like, the president, from my understanding, also doesn't have like.
Yeah. Listen, watch. That's a great example. Check this out. Everybody was like, fuck Trump, get him out of office. Okay, he's not in office now. Shit sucks even worse right now. So that wasn't the answer, right? So, and it's never the answer, because there's so many fucked up things going on, and life is way more complex than the news makes it out to be. The news touches on your core triggers, right? And it understands how the human mind works, such as you, right? And it gives you the bit like, all right, this thing's happening. We don't like Russia, so we want everybody in America to be against Russia. So let's just blast out a bunch of this shit, and bad things happen in Ukraine because the Russians are doing it. I mean, this is one stupid example and it may sound conspiracy theory, but so. Yeah, I'm getting deep. I got to stop myself.
But even with that, it's like, here we go. No, I get what you're saying. But like, even like right now, let's say with Russia and Ukraine, people are being like, oh, it's Russia's fault. They want, and I'm like, I mean, like, is it all of Russia's fault? There are people who live in Russia, who are from Russia, who are Russian, who live in
100,000%,
who actually never wanted this to happen, who don't. So can we really say it's like Russia's fault? No, there are people who work in the government or whatever in Russia, and those people, for whatever reason, decided to do. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like things get.
Yeah, and you get rid of Russia or Putin, and guess what? There'll be another. Then there's China, then there's North Korea, then there's
Putin's son.
Oh yeah, or whatever, right? Like these are never-ending battles.
Is that how you pronounce his last name? I have no idea. I always get confused. Is it Putin or Putin or
Putin? No. The real battle we should all be focusing on is ourselves and understanding ourselves better, which is exactly what we talked about through the last podcast and what Alan Watts is talking about. And once you understand yourself, there is no I, there is all we. We are a human race, and we all need to work together. And for the most part, I think that's what we are, like you were just saying. Like, there's millions of Russians over there that think exactly like we do, and they're just people, and they're like, what the fuck? We don't want the Americans to hate us.
Right.
Like, that's this fucking guy. And that's what we were saying before. And now we're like Biden does some dumb shit, and we're like, that's him, not me. I live in America, but he's doing some dumb shit, or Trump's doing some dumb shit, not me. So I think, once again, with the power of what you were saying, like people realizing they have more power than
they actually do.
They actually do. What's going on is there's this energy, or whatever you want to call it, the conglomerate of people that utilize technology to get into your brain to program you to think a certain way, when you have to realize that you have options and alternatives, and you're more powerful than the programming that is going on via media or the news or whatever. I mean, to me, it seems like if I could tell somebody that, like, say you were somebody that watched the news every day, right? And I'm sitting there talking to you, I'm like, and before I met you, I just looked at all the shit that was on like fucking CNN or whatever, and I'm like, let me guess, and you what do you think about Ukraine and fucking whatever, they would have all kinds of thoughts on it. But their thoughts, it's not their thoughts. It's the thoughts that came from the fucking news.
Yeah.
Right? They didn't actually sit at a computer or go to fucking Ukraine or Russia and talk to people and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they're just whatever is being fed to them, and that fed information is the programming, and you can find alternatives to that. Anyways, I went way too far deep. Alan Watts got me going. Let's talk about fucking tuna fish or some shit.
Oh, now you want to talk about anything?
We can talk about tuna fish a little bit. I saw you had a couple cans of tuna fish last week. There's a lot of mercury in there. You shouldn't be eating that much tuna fish in 1 week.
Oh my God, guy.
I'm serious. Unless you're going to be doing a constant heavy metal detox with that TRS, then it's too much.
I have to just tell people, like, no one understands what it's like for me. No, like, thank God I have, like, a pretty, like, I don't have an awful relationship with food. It's not bad. It's decent, I guess. Could it be better? Absolutely, But, like, thank God I'm, like, pretty, like, grounded with those things and pretty, because if I wasn't...
Are we going into this?
Well, if I wasn't, I feel like you would literally be a contributing factor, not a cause, but a contributing factor to me forming a fucking eating disorder. I mean, it's like really literally like everything this is why I hide. This is why I hide. I have to hide to eat something sometimes, because if I don't and I just let it be, it's the constant. Maybe you shouldn't have that sugar.
How do we?
Maybe I shouldn't have. It literally, it's like.
How do we shift this thought process that you have
God.
from somebody telling you what to do, quote unquote, to somebody that cares about your health and your future? How do you make that shift?
Okay, so
because
my
it's
thing
the
is
same
this.
thing. It's
So
the same
again,
exact
so
thing.
my thing is this.
And I'm not yelling at you either. We're having conversations.
These are, but it's the same. Okay, it's the same conversation, and you're constantly picking on something that I'm eating, or you feel I shouldn't be eating. It's constant.
But
It's
why do you
really
think that
constant.
is? Why do you think that is? Why is it constant and continuous? Because we have conversations. You say, okay,
I don't
that
agree.
makes sense.
I don't agree. Yeah, I say it makes sense, but I'm not like, okay, yeah, like I'm going to do that. I never say that. I always just say, I hear what you're saying. It makes sense. Yes, it's logical. I mean, that's not me saying, yes, I'm going to take what you're saying and I'm going to implement it into my life right now when it comes to food. It's not me saying that.
Okay. Well, why not?
Because I think that right now, I know I have things to work on, like my sugar intake, and I know it's crazy because I'm a sugar addict. I understand that. But, I mean, I have to go through this myself. It's a scary process. Literally.
But it's really, you've already done it.
No, I haven't. I've never stopped eating sugar.
When you went to the nutritionist, you did.
No, are you fucking kidding me? You
didn't?
think I stopped eating sugar? The things I stopped when
You
I went
cut back on a lot of shit.
was coffee.
Those were all
gluten,
inflammatory shit.
Dairy. That's what I did. Because
She didn't
want
tell you to cut back?
Because she was like, I can't shock your body and put your body into shock right now. You need to go little by little. I'm not going to say get rid of everything. So how about we start with coffee, because I was already decreasing on that, gluten, and dairy. We'll start with those three things. She was like, there's much more, but let's start with those. And that's what I've been doing, because I'm still struggling a little bit with some of that.
You still eat a
sometimes.
lot of dairy. You
What?
cut that off.
I don't eat a lot of dairy.
Yeah, you do. You eat cheese and stuff all the time. You don't even know sometimes.
So you're funny, because I don't even eat sandwiches all the time. And the only way that I would be eating the cheese that's in the fridge that I got is if I'm actually making myself a fucking sandwich. So no.
All right. I'll make a point to bring it up when you do eat cheese.
Shit, man. Like, you really gotta
All right,
give it
let's just have a conversation right now, right? With as far as like what you feel is going on with your health and your physical body, right? And tell me where do you want to be? What is your goal? Like within the next couple years, ideally, what would you like physically your life to look like and health-wise?
I would like to be at, I don't even really want to be so much at the weight that I was before I got pregnant, but even just like at my regular weight, which was like 140, you know, even that, I would love to be back there, which is just like 10 pounds away.
Okay.
Probably about like 12. Okay.
So why are you saying that you don't want to be back to the...
No, I'm not saying I don't want to be. I'm just saying I mean, if I do, that's great.
I'm saying ideally, and like say you could go like this and then you'd be exactly what you want. What would you want?
I mean, the 130 was cool and all, but like I'm tall and I still would like to have curves and...
I think you did though, because you're
like my curves.
Yeah, I mean that didn't go away. I don't think it.
Yeah, it did.
No.
I lost my butt when I got pregnant, first of all, so that was definitely
Well,
like...
that was...
And then I had to build that somehow. Squats.
Anyways, all right. So you're looking at 135, 140, somewhere in there, right?
For me.
And that's weight wise. Now, what about like health wise? Obviously, you wouldn't have ulcerative colitis, right?
Right. I would like to. In the ideal world, I would like to stop eating sweets and desserts and all those things. Ideal. But I am scared too, Joe. It scares me.
No, what? Okay, all right. So there,
Really does.
so there's the
It's really
weight.
like-
So you want to lose weight. You want to
I want to tone. I want to lose weight. I
tone,
want to
lose
tone.
weight, cut back significantly on the sugars and sweets intake, right?
In the ideal world, it sounds.
In this utopia, perfect place where you imagine yourself, right? That's what you want. And then, as far as your ulcerative colitis, you what would you like not to have prescriptions and
Yes,
like be able?
I would like to go back to not
because
being
you've done
on
that before.
medication.
You've done that before. Okay, so if that's your ideal place,
I haven't asked you. For
you know
your
where I'm
help,
going.
though.
You know where I'm
Yeah,
going
I
with
think,
this, right?
like, I haven't asked you for your help. You
I'm
just
not- listen.
continue to tell me things that you always tell me. If I'm not doing anything yet in the moment, just let me be. I will. I have literally been trying to structure in my mind, little do you know, how I'm going
It's
to
exactly
wean
why
myself.
you feel the way you feel.
How I'm going
Little
to
do
wean-
I know.
How I'm going to wean myself off of sugar.
Why is it a
Came
big
up with
secret? Why can't you talk to me about it? Why?
I don't like talking to you anymore about food or anything.
Why?
You've ruined it for me. You're so like picky and like so judgy about it. It's like so frustrating.
Have I always been like this?
I mean, it's your personality.
I was like this before when you went to the nutritionist, you started working out. When
Yes,
you're doing,
Guy, you've always been like this. Are you kidding me? You think
Okay.
you've never been like this?
well, I mean the way that I
Yeah,
I am
the way
coming at
absolutely
you.
since J1.
okay.
You probably, if anything, held back a little bit more in the beginning because you didn't want to totally scare me off.
Well, you know why I held back? Because I didn't have to. Because like we talked about things, and then you started doing things, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna let her be at it and see where things go, and I'm hoping she does all the right things, you know. And if you ever came out to me and like had questions or something, we'd talk about things. That's how it was. That was normal. Something shifted. We had a kid, and then now you've reverted back to some mentality of like being scared of like communicating with me about this stuff, so which leads me to be like, okay, so you're hiding eating, you're like
I'm not
hiding the
scared
fucking
of
whatever,
it.
you don't
I'm
want
just
to tell me
scared of-
things.
Hold on.
So how are we supposed
I'm not
to,
scared of communicating with you. I'm nervous because I already know what it is that you're going to say. and
which
I
is
don't
your thing,
Want
like
to hear it because I'm like,
because why say it.
Because in my mind, I'm like, if I'm living my fucking life, man, doing my thing, then just like let me be. Why do I have to hear you in the background while I'm having fucking chocolate covered almonds?
Also, guys, by the way, just to remind everybody, or not remind, they don't know, that how do I portray this to you? Do I say you need to do this and
doesn't
get
matter
healthy?
how you-
Hold
it doesn't
on.
matter
No.
how you portray
where do I get to this? This is my vision is like 30, 40 years, right? And I think about like right now, my dad is 75, and by the time he's 80, 85 for sure, he is going to need some assistance from me and my sister. 100,000%. Because why? Because of his diet over the years. He doesn't exercise. He doesn't have any hobbies or any. He's got all kinds of things. He's got mental. He's not crazy or anything, but he probably could use a psychiatrist. And he is going to need our help, which it becomes. I guess if in culture you just say, well, that's what happens, right? But in reality, it's a bit of a burden, right, down the road, right? And it's, I don't mind doing it because you got to do what you got to do. It's like you got a kid, the kid's fucking sick, you got to do it. You can't just be like, oh, fuck you, don't get sick, right? But with an adult such as an 80-year-old person, that by that age, they should understand what they're doing is going to affect their kids down the fucking road, right? And what is a parent, to all the parents out there, what is your main goal? Is for your kid to thrive and to live this great life and not to worry about you, right? Well, whatever you're doing when you're fucking 40, diet-wise, exercise-wise, health-wise, or whatever, it's contradicting that. Contradicting it. 100,000%. There is no fucking getting out of it. So if you care about your kids thriving in the future and not having to take care of like this old crippled fucking person that's either overweight or fucking like has some sort of mental issues because of too much fluoride or whatever, then do something about it. And that's where I get so passionate and pissed off because now it's not just you.
Listen, I'm not saying that what you just said is, or what you've ever said to me in terms of that is like.
Well, I had to explain that to everybody.
I mean, it's not like that's like irrational. That makes perfect sense to me. Yes, I'm actually right on. Right,
so I'm trying to make that the driver now.
I hear you loud and clear.
Right now, the driver for you is just the moment. I'm trying to make the driver for you our daughter in the long run. And you're shifting over to it slowly, I think, I hope.
Slowly. I mean, I feel like I'm getting shitted on right now because I feel like I'm not getting at least a little credit on like, I'm not saying that like I need it, but I feel like, hold on, like, let's also be clear. I have shifted my life tremendously. I actually do also want to like put that out there, like tremendously. I don't smoke anymore. I haven't smoked in 4 years. That was huge. I've been smoking since I was like 13, 12, 11 fucking years old, okay? I stopped that. I was drinking coffee since I was 6, okay? Mm-hmm. I no longer drink coffee. Eating gluten my whole fucking life. I no longer eat that, okay? Mm-hmm. Raised on fucking milk and dairy, no longer. I mean, like, I honestly feel like there's lots of things. Exercise, I started doing that. I know I fell off, but so yes, I know that there's things I have to get back into. It's not like I'm not aware of that, but, and I will. I know I will. For me, it's just a matter of like, when. Dude, fuck you.
You know why I do that? Because it's like you're saying all this stuff to me, like, oh, look what I did. Look what I did. I'm like, listen, I don't care. It's not me. It's you. I don't care. You can go sit and eat fucking bonbons in the basement all day long if that's what you want to do.
But why I'm saying it though is because I'm feeling. It's my feeling. Mm-hmm. I am feeling slightly attacked. Okay, and so because of that, my reaction is to defend some of the things that I actually feel I have done to better myself that I am proud of. It's nothing to do with you, that I'm proud of.
Me personally,
that's why that was my reaction.
I am personally extremely proud of those accomplishments as well. But life is not easy and there are no breaks. When it comes to health and thinking about our future, and it's a chip away thing. It's a little things. Yes, so if I said, oh, like in my 20s until I was like, 40 years old, I worked out every day. So I'm just not going to work out for the rest of my life because I did enough of that, So I deserve to do nothing until I'm 80, physically.
But that's
Well, I'm only
that's not
fucking
my
myself. I'm only fucking myself.
That's not my
And I'm
thought
also
process,
fucking
though.
my kid too.
Yeah, but
because
that's not my thought process.
I know that's not.
like, oh, I deserve.
But I'm just making a very like blatant like
Okay.
example that is kind of comparable, because you're basically like, I did X, Y, and Z in the past 4 years. Okay, so now what? So that means that you don't have to do these other
that's
things to get to your
and
goal.
I did also say, I know I fell off. I know I got complacent, as we as humans do sometimes. And so, yes, I'm taking full responsibility for that. I know that I will get back into things, and I know I will because I know myself. I know the journey that I've taken throughout life. I know exactly how I work. I know exactly how I know I will, you know? If for me, it's just a matter of when, and a matter of like really pushing myself through all of that complacency and all that stuff and doing it. And again, I will. You want me though to do things that I feel like are great for me and healthy for me, and I thank you for caring, but you want me to do them on your time when you want them to. And because that's what it sounds like. It's like, and again, I'm not saying that I'm not going to do these things that you suggest. Like, I'm not saying that. It's just a matter of me getting to a place mentally and emotionally where I feel like I can really push through stuff and do it. And I've been slowly, with these changes I've been making, have been trying to do so.
So you deal with this stuff on a daily basis with mental health, right? Mm-hmm. And during that process that you're helping somebody get to wherever they need to get to, is accountability anywhere?
I've taken full accountability.
Oh, just because you say things though, like action executed accountability is also probably
accountability for what's the action like? Because what I'm saying is I'm not ready to take certain steps. I've said that. When I am ready, then I will do what I feel I need to do for myself. Bottom line. Okay. So it's like, I don't understand what you're...
Well, because like...
Which if someone came into therapy and told me that shit, I'd be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no,
you're not... Yes, I would. Because if someone's not ready, I can't make them be ready.
But at the end of the last podcast, we talked about how, for example, how you don't know how to
care in a
daughter's health.
Right, the understanding of it, yeah.
You don't understand how to care, right?
Right.
So if you don't understand how to care for your own health, then how are you supposed to be like, okay, when I'm ready, I'm going to do that? What are you going to do? Like, there are things that you need to do. There are conversations that I've tried to have with you that I'm not sure that you even know what to do. I mean, you know what to do as far as the nutritionist thing, and you know which can get you off the prescription drugs for your ulcerative colitis. I mean, I think you kind of know, I guess, how to do that like workout thing that you were doing before and lose a little bit of weight.
We have to go. I actually really have to.
Yeah.
Because she's up and she's probably peeing all over the place.
But anyways, so I'm just saying, like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you know exactly what to do. You have the exact plan. You know how to go about it and whatever.
I've done it before,
and you're just gonna like all of a sudden one day just do it. I don't understand why there's like a secretiveness about it and like when I'm ready. What do you mean when you're ready? Like first off, it's been plenty of time, right? And so it's been over 2 years since we had Soul, right? So that's kind of how I count it, because prior to that, I guess, obviously you were having a kid, so you couldn't do some of the things. Mm-hmm. But it's been a long time. So I'm like, all right, well, so you're going to put a timeline on this? Or I'll just sit back and keep watching you like... I mean, what really gave it to me, and this is kind of like really blowing up your spot, sorry, but like the whole like buying of the new jeans, that really just blew my mind. I was like, oh my God. So she knows exactly the process and when she's going to fucking do shit, but she's going to go buy new fucking jeans. And when you just bought new fucking jeans, you just bought new jeans and instead of doing the work.
I had to, like, so I'm going to just continue at this moment to just wear jeans that are tight for me right now that I'm not comfortable in. I'm not comfortable in them.
Fine,
What the
I
fuck
get
am
it,
gonna
but
do?
you've got it. Don't you think that's a red flag of like, this has gone a little far?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you.
Okay.
And I've been having those discussions within myself.
All right. I think sometimes I just wish you just have the discussions with me, because the other night I was like, I'm like talking like this and you're just like, I'm like, so do you have anything to say? And you're just like, no, I'm going to bed. I'm like, oh, okay. So like, why don't you want to share any information with me? Because I'm going to hold you accountable on whatever you say. Is that why?
I mean, you already have and you still will regardless. It's that, I mean, to be honest, sometimes communicating with you and talking to you is really, really like aggravating for me and really annoying. And so with that being said, I would just, especially when it comes to my health, I can talk to you about other things, but when it comes to my health, when it comes to food, when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to like, you know, politics, when it comes to like, I don't know, shit like that, that's where I'm like, I highly dislike having conversations with you.
Well, I already know
You're not the best at communicating. You're not the best at structuring your words and sentences and saying things. And so it's just, you're just not.
I will agree with you with some of that stuff, but I think in this particular situation, you're utilizing that as a scapegoat, because basically everything I'm saying about your health is truth.
I've heard 10,000 times.
Well, it's all truth, and you understand and you agree with it.
Yes, I'm not saying what
so
I don't.
like that is the point where it's annoying, because it's really the annoyance is within you, because you're frustrated with yourself maybe that you won't commit to any of this stuff. Maybe? I don't know.
Maybe I am. I don't know.
But I already have like next week's podcast right here. It's like,
what's next week's podcast?
About fucking just talking about like what if you want to do something, then why the secretiveness about something, or, you know, like just talk about it and do it. Be like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. Next week I'm doing this. Next week I'm doing that. Like, or I'm not doing shit for the next year. Or like, why do people have issues putting commitments on commitments?
Well, and then I really have to go. I've told you that I'm not doing things. I've said that I haven't wanted to start certain things yet, and that's not enough for you. So, I mean, clearly it's not that easy.
Well, it's specifically with you and our daughter. That's because I have to sit here and watch this every day. And it's like, I can
eat sweets and dessert. That's what I eat a lot of.
It's more about,
because we have no shit in our house. By the way, like, this is not even like we're talking about a house that has like fucking like ding dongs or like fucking shitty like non-organic food. This is a fucking clean house with clean shit in it. We're talking.
By the way, everyone, like, Aaliyah is like barely even overweight, right? What I'm just talking about is like, I don't want things to like go down the wrong path. And it's not even about the weight. It's about health. And Aaliyah has an immune deficiency issue, right? So it's more about that, but that's the main source of your issue. Like, literally, if you were able to go back to doing the nutrition thing where you got off your prescription stuff, you'd probably lose the 10 pounds you want anyway. It was without even fucking doing the workout. So.
Well, I did.
Right.
I know I did.
So
it's a lot of it's food.
So you can actually cut out a part of it, and then later on down the road fit in the fucking workout thing. Anyways.
We have to go. Thank you for listening to our discussion and seeing a true insight into.
This is the only thing that we argue
really,
about.
Because
right
now I'm actually annoyed.
And why do we argue? This is the only thing we argue about, because you have contentions with it and you have commitment issues with it. If you were open about it, we wouldn't be arguing about it.
I know. You are right.
And she does that. Then she does that.
I'm so irritated.
She won't give me a kiss.
I'm so irritated with you right now. It's not even funny. So irritated.
Why don't you say you're irritated with you?
I'm irritated. I'm not irritated with me, actually.
You are.
I'm fucking fine in my life. The only reason why I'm feeling irritated is because I feel like there's this like constant fucking weight where I'm like, I'm fine living my life. If you weren't around, I'd be living my life doing what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah. I'd be smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee, or fucking eating candy. That's what you'd be doing.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Love you guys.